Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, bringing you another video review, this time from Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus Forge of Soulless Battle Hammer. Yeah. And this is the second Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus figure that they have. And he's a remold of the RID Optimus mold. So you can see there's his tech specs. Alright. You want to look at them. Up there's his little bio, if you want to read that. And on the package it shows the hammer as being gold in this artwork. And I will say his coloring is darker than the actual toy. We'll get to that. And you see the back of the box, you know. There's the hammer. It's silver. He's got missiles. You know, we'll go into that more when I get to the actual figure. Same picture on that side. Alright, get this out of here. And here we have the Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus. Alright, and as you see, he is pretty much the RID Optimus. Different parts here. A windshield and, you know, side mirrors are different. No smokestacks, but that's actually accurate to the show model. I know the box, if you were paying attention on the box, it showed him having smokestacks, but the show model doesn't have the smokestacks. I know people were at first able to get smokestacks from Hasbro, but they've since discontinued that. So, there you go. I think he looks cool without them. He doesn't need them. Alright, from the front, he looks fairly normal. Fairly decent. Light blue Autobot symbol there. Let's zoom in. See that light blue Autobot symbol. Yeah, and it's this stuff back here where everything gets a little weird. And we'll take the hammer out. Everything stores on him nicely. There is that. And it has a nice silver paint job, but it's supposed to be gold. Gold here and blue down to about here. So yeah, I am going to be adding paint to this. Now, you're not going to see that at the end of this video, I'll tell you that much. Basically, if you want to see the job I did, you're going to have to go find my Facebook page, the Darth Devious Reviews Facebook page, and like it. And then you'll be able to see the pictures. I'm going to leave the pictures there, pretty much exclusively there, or on my main Facebook page, but you know what I mean. But I'm going to add the paint to this and make it look good. Alright. I'm also going to do his rims because he needs to have the silver rims. And there's a few other things I'll probably do just to pick out some details. And we're going to bring in, here is the RID Optimus Prime. Though I've added paint to it, you know, to make it more show accurate. But still, as you can see, they're pretty much the same. I mean, this part here is from the ARMS Micron version, basically. There's no other ARMS Micron ports on here like that, but they added those. So, that's kind of cool. Transformation is identical between these two with like 2 additional steps. I am not going to do the montage thing for 2 steps. Alright, so that'll be that. The wings, they can, I think, deploy. Take the missiles off. Take the missiles off, yeah. You can deploy them in this mode, and you can have a flying truck. But I already did a flying truck with him, so, you know, remember? Flying truck mode. So, yeah, there you go. Silliness abounds. This just pegs in here. 3 peg holes, 3 pegs. Alright. And this is cool because it becomes a backpack for him. It's optional, unlike the new Beast Hunters Optimus Prime, which isn't optional. His is, and I like that. That's kind of cool. Missiles, they're friction firing, because you can tell by the ball on the end there. Alright? They go in here in robot mode and can be fired. We'll look at that later. Alright. I am gonna shut the camera off, turn him into robot, and then we'll take a look at him and a couple other figures. Alrighty? Be right back. Alrighty, here we have the Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And this is actually pretty cool. I mean, I have the other one. If you haven't seen the review, go check it out. And this one, I don't know. This is more show accurate. So it's kind of weird that we got the show accurate version when the show was ending. And, I don't know. He's really nicely done, I will say that. These are a little large. Not overly large, but they are just a slight bit larger. I think that's because of the whole missile launching gimmick thing. Because you can put these in there. They just friction fire out. I'm not going to show that off. But yeah. Posability wise, it's pretty much identical to the RID Optimus, you know. Ball jointed hips, swivel, knee, ball joint in his ankles, swivel there, cut, nothing at the wrist other than up and down, but that's mainly for transformation. He'll do a 360 here. The shoulder stuff does kind of get out in the way. Head's on a ball joint, but it only really goes back and forth. It doesn't move too much elsewhere. Now, I'll zoom in on his face here. Let's see if we can zoom in on my face. And it's slightly different from the other version. I'm going to bring in the other version in a minute and compare them. But it's better detailed. Hasbro put a lot more paint detail and everything else into this figure. Probably because they saved a lot on the budget by using the Optimus mold, but that actually works because in the show that's kind of what he is. He's, you know, pretty much just a redeco of Optimus with different stuff on it. And that works for Ultra Magnus. That really works because that's traditionally what it was. We'll bring in, real quick, his counterpart. And what you're going to notice is his counterpart, who also came with a hammer, has a much larger head. Much larger head. His head is a little bit more in proportion. And he's taller. The RID version is taller. But this one's more show accurate. So, you gotta figure, what do you want? You want the cool version with the bigger head, but less detail. Now, I've added a lot of detail to him, so that's kind of why he looks the way he does. Or you want this version with the better hammer, the more show accurate look, but he's got a smaller head, but he's more in proportion, I would say. His head is a little large for his body. Not much, but, you know. But he's also darker. This is the color that he should be. He should be this darker blue. It is what it is. Not much you can do about it. He only came with one missile, too. He's only, you know, partially cool. These can store up here, by the way. There is storage up there. So if you want to give him a G1 look with the missiles on his shoulders, you can do that. It's not too shabby. Alright, we'll bring in the RID Optimus. As you see, they look pretty good together. I've got him in a slightly wider legged stance. That's why he doesn't look as tall, but they are the same height. They're the same mold. They can't be different heights. Yeah. And you see, just a less kibbly version of him. As someone's car alarm goes off. Yay! Alright. Anyway. And one last little size comparison. We're going to bring in the Beast Hunters Optimus Prime. So we can show off and you can see he is much, much larger. And this is the Voyager version. This is not the ultimate version. The ultimate version would be, you know, way up here somewhere. But, yeah, he towers over Ultra Magnus. Look at that. But you can also see similar designs in the jetpacks. See? So that's kind of cool. Now show you the jetpack here. What you need to do, spread out these on his back, and these hook over behind his head. There's a spot for that, and it just comes down, it clicks down, and you want to try and get these silver parts here in between these two things here. So it's kind of just gotta get it all to come on, cooperate. It's gotta cooperate. There we go. And everything snaps in place and locks in place. And now you have a beautiful butterfly named Ultra Magnus. Look, I can fly, Optimus. I can fly too. Okay. Enough silliness. Enough silliness. You guys do know, I record these, my kids are pretty much standing here. I do a lot of that stuff to entertain them while I'm recording videos so they stay quiet. So here you go. Butterfly Prime and Butterfly Magnus. I do recommend this version of Ultra Magnus from Beast Hunters. I think I like him better than the other one, just because he's more accurate to the show, which I like, and the hammer is just so much better. I mean, for Hasbro to even give us the Forge of Solus Prime is really cool. Now, I've seen people do customs. I think my friend Bill Manning did one of Megatron, where he gave him the arm of Solus Prime. This hammer would go perfectly with that. So, if you can accomplish something like that, here's a hammer for him. And let's try something out here. I haven't tried this, but I'm pretty sure the Beast Hunters Optimus can hold the hammer too. He might not. Nope. See, Hasbro, this is why we don't like the closed-fisted peg holes. Ultra Magnus has an open hand. He can hold it. That's a shame, because he would look awesome holding this. But what can you do? Alright, enough of this. You guys be good, or he'll send the wreckers after you. That means Bulkhead, Wheeljack, and worst of all, Miko. He'll send Miko. She'll annoy you to death. Be good. Later.